Tony in the house, son.
Wow.
You don't even know him as Tony, man. That's the OG nickname. Only the OGs can call him that.
You re-innovated the house and everything, dude.
It's different,
It
bro.
looks good, yeah.
You gotta, you know,
it's been a while.
Exactly, it's crazy. The people want to hear from you, bro. It takes forever to even.
Yeah,
you don't come out the house like that.
They don't want to hear from me, bro. They don't want to hear from me.
Bro, this is gonna be the video that gets the most views just because you're on it. And I don't even get much views like that anyways. But people want to hear from you.
No. I don't.
Reoccurring guests.
I don't believe in that. But I appreciate you hitting me up and wanting to be on here. I know you get other people hitting you up and stuff, and I feel like I don't even ask. But I love to be on here.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to ask. I feel weird being like, hey, dude.
That was a good time, bro. I didn't even really have, like, a certain topic per se. Like, I just wanted to, I mean, I guess I kind of did. Like, getting into, first of all, if there's anything that you want to share, like, the new things that you're doing. Because I know people want to talk about, like, they want to know, like, if there are new clothes coming out, you know, what's going on with that. We see you in a movie these days. You feel me?
Oh no, shout out. I think did we mention that last time? I'm not sure, but yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Shout out to Gage. He like put together a short film. It's called Where You Go.
Mm-hmm. Fire.
I feel like one of those dudes like, so check it out. But no, yeah. He put a lot of work into it. You know, it's called Where You Go. I'm pretty sure you can find it like on YouTube or something. And,
that's tight.
Just type it in, and I was fortunate enough to be the lead role or whatever. So yeah, it was sick. It was really cool.
You trying to do more projects like that?
Yeah, dude. I'm just down. Like it. I'm not like afraid of like, maybe that's just because we skate and stuff, so we're not really afraid of like the camera. So like when I was in scenarios where, you know, people are watching you and like you have like there's obviously someone behind the camera and then someone behind him, and then you have Gage directing, and then you have extras or like somebody else standing there, and it does get kind of weird, you know, like. You have to put like emotion out, and people have to see that. You're kind of vulnerable. Yeah, for sure. But it's really cool. Like I like it. I just think I was telling him last time though that I related a lot to like the character I was playing. The character's name was Jad, and I related a lot to him. Like I felt like I wasn't even acting. Like it was me. Yeah. So I just told him that next time I do something, or if I ever do something again, I would love it to be like something I'm totally not. So that way I could really like try to, you know, hop into that medium of like acting. It's an art. Yeah. Oh, and it's crazy. Sure it is.
Dude, it's crazy. I seen those. I mean, I feel like I like almost seeing behind the scenes. Besides, well, I like the actual movie, the finished product too. But I feel like, I mean, even going to Universal Studios, like I love the tour ride the most, just because you get to see behind the scenes. So I've seen some behind the scenes clips of people where like Leonardo DiCaprio is talking to somebody on set, and they're not filming yet, but they're on set talking about having a completely different conversation. Yeah. He hears like he's talking to somebody, but his like he can hear in one ear like the director saying action, and dude just snaps into it and just bro, it's insane. Wild,
or like the whole what's it called, like method acting or something like that, where like you really get into that character and really believe that you are that person. Yeah, and it's pretty crazy, like the whole like psycho part of it, you know, the psychology of it, and like really altering like your mind to believe that you're somebody else. Yeah, it's really cool, and I would love to like get into that. But I mean, if the opportunity like comes up, it comes up. Every now and then I look for stuff, but
man, go for it. So this is the difference between our personality. Like you're more like, if it happens, it happens. I'm more like, bro, make it happen. Go get it. Go do something.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's just weird. I always feel like I put myself out there a lot when it comes to like things that I want to do. So acting, I'll like go out and look for like auditions and see if I could do that. Or there's other things I want to do that maybe I won't talk about on here, but like there's other things I want to do that I like go out and I audition for and stuff like that. And so just hopefully I just like in my head I'm like, oh, hopefully I get it, you know. And if not, oh well, like it'll happen. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Yeah, like, exactly. Whatever happens for sure. I sit there and get frustrated though of like, oh, like nothing's happening. Yeah. Because I mean, last time we were talking about clothes, right? And I feel like I'm totally not done with it, but I'm like, right now that's not my focus. Yeah. I'm just doing a whole bunch of other stuff, you know. I'm really into school. School is cool.
Dude, that is wild. Yo, that one clip, I'm just gonna cut that whole clip out. And I like, and I know, I don't know if Dion's gonna watch this or not, but I know Dion probably laughing right now because he's like, what? This a whole new Tony, bro.
This is so funny, dude. Like, you guys, I don't think we talked about this either. Like, you guys would pick me up because I did online school. Yeah. So, like, I went to school with, like, like, everyone that was on that campus was, like, either, like, they got kicked out, they were like pregnant, or it was just like a whole bunch of stuff going on, or they just don't want to go to school, you know. And so that was my campus, and it was funny because my mom would drop me off, and then you guys, and then right when she would drop me off, I would just be like, yo, come pick me up, like, I ain't trying to be here, bro. And you and Dion would legit just pick me up. And then I remember this fool Dion was like, it's like the Freedom Riders.
I know, bro. Like, it was like crazy because it was like you had two people on your shoulder. And I'm not saying I'm like a freaking angel because whatever, but it was like me being like, nah, I feel kind of bad. Like, Loki and Dion, forget it, bro. Let's go skate in this new park, whatever. Like, that was one of those things, man. It was a good time. It's just crazy to hear, like, now, like, you're like, nah, like, it just, like, not completely flipped, but it's like, you know, in a sense.
It's like battling though, because I'm 24 now. It's crazy to think I'm gonna be 25 this year, and so I mean I'm still young, but I see people that were like my age, and I went to school with them, and they're already like getting their masters and starting to get deep into their career, and it's just crazy to think like, wow, if I really knew what I would have wanted to do when I was out of high school, I could be almost done by now, and that bothers me sometimes. But then you got to put it in perspective of like. And this is for, like, anybody that, like, feels like they're behind. But no, everyone has their own timeline. I know it's cliche and sounds dumb, but it's really true. Like, you have your own timeline. Because if I would have went to school right after high school, I would have dropped out. Like, guaranteed. Like, I wouldn't have cared. Yeah. So, and then after that, I probably would have never went back to school. Because in my head, I gave it a shot. So, it's meant to be, like, if I would have went to school, I would have not have.
Everyone has their own timing, bro. Like you said, I mean, I think that's to sum it up. Like, everyone has their own timing. If you would have done it at that time, it just wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah,
like,
but for sure, like, clothes is still like it's. You know what? I don't even like clothes. Like, I don't like
what?
I don't like I love
Expand
clothes.
on it.
I don't love I love clothes, but like I don't like the whole process of like making clothes anymore. I more so just like my brand. That's it. I like my brand. I like my logo. I like the pictures I put out. I like the videos I put out if I put out videos for it. So I like all of that. The whole aspect of just like making and like designing clothes, I can do. I just don't find it's not as fulfilling. So I think that's why I've been so like laid back from it, because I'm just like, that's why a lot of things now I put my logo on the hat, put my logo on something, because that's what I like. I just like my logo. I just like what my brand represents. Yeah. So it's hard to let that go. And for sure, the past maybe year or two, I've been debating on like, oh, should I let this go now? But I don't want to because I love it so much. Yeah. But it's just crazy because it's not like I'm into like, like a lot of other things now. Like I want to like learn other things. Like I want to do other things.
That's where, that's the direction I want to go with the conversation. Because like, I think that that's super important. And we all, like, I was sitting down with my mentor and the video I just put out he was talking about the importance of like reinventing yourself. And that doesn't mean erasing stuff that you're actually into right now and creating new stuff. It's like, it's just adding on. And sometimes you kind of shed a new skin and you like change, whatever, that's fine.
Finding yourself is a big thing of life. Like I'm still trying to figure my, crap out, dude. Yeah. Like I have a good idea of who I am, but I still don't know who I am. And I'm just trying to find who I am and what I like. And all I know is, all you could do is like try stuff. And if you try it, then you'll learn if you like it or if you don't like it. So the whole acting thing I really liked, and I mean, hopefully I could get into that. There's other things I'm into that I really do strive for. Yeah. Because me and you were just talking about this. We're like the same in the sense that we really believe that our words are very powerful.
100%.
Yeah, like my thought. So I have like an obsessive personality of like where I have a goal. I may not like be fully like gung ho on it, just like a bull, but I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm constantly reading about it. It's the only thing that could be on my TV, because in my head, I'm like, my full attention has to be on this, because then it will happen. Right. Because then subconsciously the world will just somehow put it in my path, and it'll be up to me to grab it. You know what I'm saying? I think we both agree on that.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I think that people need to get better with realizing that and realizing that you're entitled to change your opinion or add something new to, I don't know, your lifestyle and stuff. Dude, people are supposed to change. We're not supposed to be the same people that we were last year or a month ago or even yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy because, I mean, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, that was it, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was talking about this with, I don't know who, but I think maybe my girlfriend, and I was just telling her that I have a hard time with, you know me, it's kind of like what you just said in the beginning, like, it's hard to, like, for people to, like, contact me and, like, hang out with people. I tend to, like, not ghost people, but I tend to, like, like...
That's the mysterious. That's what makes people keep hitting you up, though, because you're mysterious, bro.
I'm gonna go do my own thing, you know? Yeah. But it's just because a lot of those times, like, I didn't like who I was. Even, like, last year, 2 years ago, I didn't really like the person that I was, you know? So, like, anybody that I kind of met around that time, or, like, maybe was even super close to, kind of just reminds me of, like, that person. Even in high school. So it's, like, a lot of people that I know in high school, they know me then. They don't know me, like, really now. Yeah. And so I feel like when I hang out with them, it's, like, I just get in my own head, and I'm, like, I feel like I'm that old person again.
Yeah.
So me, like, pushing... like, and
like you're kind of going backwards.
It makes me feel like I'm going backwards, and it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's like my own personal, like,
for sure,
personal head.
I mean, if you're willing to say, like, what do you feel like that you didn't like
my attitude and, like, my mindset of everything, and, like, how I thought about myself and how I thought about the world. I was very the world's against me, and like, well, that's so dumb. Like, you know, like, when you think about it in hindsight, like, I woke up feeling, like, sorry. I knew my life wasn't bad, but I felt sorry, like, in the sense that, like, oh, like, I gotta wake up and go to work. Like, how come my brand isn't, like, doing well? Like, super right away, just super negative. Yeah. When in reality, like, I wake up every day to opportunity. And that's how I started thinking about things. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I wake up, and I'm fortunate enough that, like, I might meet somebody today that will change my life forever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's crazy if you think about it. Like, I don't know, when you met your lady, your life changed forever that day. Same thing when I met my girl. When she walked through the doors, when I saw her, my life changed forever. And if that didn't happen, my whole life would be totally different. So that could happen on any given day.
Yeah, for real. No, it's true, man, because we were just talking about that, like, how one seemingly small thing can change, and, like, you're like, if that didn't happen, or something, that things would be completely different. The whole butterfly effect. Like, we just, like we're talking about when Active closed. Now it's back open and everything, but a couple years ago when it closed originally, I was like, dang, I was, like, feeling it. I was like, man, like, if I didn't work at Active, then I wouldn't have met Betsy, and I wouldn't have my daughter, and I wouldn't, like, there was a lot of things. I'm saying, because, bro, we lived down the street for years, and we just never spoke. Like, we wouldn't have this friendship. Like, I don't know. Like, we just have a complete different group of friends, maybe. Insane. I mean, maybe some people from, like, the park, because we still live out here, but, like, I don't know. If it wasn't for Active, I might not even be into skating as much as I
And that's the thing. I would wake up and blame other people, you know, that I grew up, that, like, were around my life when I was younger, and I'd blame, like, be like, why did I, like, you know, like, you just blame everyone else but yourself, you know, and at some point I just realized, like, the world's not against me. You know, it's with me, and I just gotta go along with it. So, and then how I saw myself too, I didn't like myself, and I mean, I dealt with a lot of my own issues of self-love or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, coming to realize that, like, to, like, love yourself, do deadass. Not even gonna front, and Daisy hates this, you know. Daisy, like, she's always like,
he's still gonna say it anyway.
She's always telling me. I don't know if she hates it, but she's always telling me, like, "Oh my god, you're just so cocky." But, like, dude, I literally, I go in the mirror, bro, and this may sound sus. Like, I go in the mirror every morning. I tell myself, like, dude, like, you know, you're like, hey, bro, like, look at your face, look at your hair's looking good, bro. Like, hey, you got a good outfit going today. I just tell myself those things because, like, eventually. Because I thought so, like, low that eventually I kept telling myself those things. And that's what I'm saying. Words are powerful because I kept telling myself these things. Dude, I literally, like, I feel pretty... I mean, I'm not, like... I know I'm not, like, Mr. Everything, but I'm confident. I'm
right.
confident now, and when I walk, I walk with my head held high.
You're saying you like created that.
Yeah, I created
you had to, like,
that.
Dig
though.
yourself out of,
it didn't just come. Like I literally had to like. That was an everyday process.
Which is crazy too for a lot of people to hear, and even me, because like I believe you when you're saying it, but thinking back, I almost like I couldn't believe you, because it's like I didn't see you as that. Like you either have a really good poker face where you're just like I couldn't tell, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy too, because on the surface, like on the outside, people see you and they just think something, but you're like, bro, there's other things going on in my head where you're like, you have no idea.
Yeah, dude, and it's crazy, man. I really didn't, especially in high school, man. I didn't like myself, man. I was like, bro, did you know me in high school?
Yeah, but
like, did you see me, bro? I was pushing like 190, bro. I was close to 200 pounds, bro.
Yo, it's crazy because
you met me when I was like 160, so I lost a little. So I lost a little bit of weight, and I was still like 160, 170. But yeah, I was still like, I was still pretty big, like as like I wasn't like.
Well, I just can't. I'm laughing because I can't. I can picture it, but I can't picture it because I remember. Like, there's only one video I really have, like, where I feel like around the time we kind of first, it's the same, like, the first time we started kicking it, but it's not like you were big like that, you're just bigger than you are now, so that's why I can't really, like, picture that, you know what I'm saying, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, so, like, exactly, so I don't even want to think about that kid, you know, and that kid was doing unhealthy stuff to get thin, to try to get thin, and that's not good, you know, so... but then you learn how to be healthy, and I learned, especially this past like few years, like 3 years now, I've been like eating pretty, like I haven't had like a cheat day, quote unquote, you know. I don't do that, so I've just been committed for the past like 3 or 4 years now. 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing I will say, man, you're super committed when you get into something. Like obviously a parent when it comes to clothing, but with your lifestyle and your I don't know, eating habits, like health and everything.
It's obsessive though, so at a point it kind of like is too much. I know like it may not sound like you should be all in on something, but low key something could be too much of something, but that's me. Like I'm like all in. So like like I'm telling you, like I have goals and I'm so obsessed with them that it's like it's kind of like, dude, chill, you know, chill out a little bit. So same thing with eating. Like I'm super strict. I eat from a certain time period to a certain time period. I eat from 12 to 4. I try to stick to 3, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's it. In those 4 hours, within those 4 hours. And, you know, for the past, like, I think I've done that for the past year. And then besides that, I've been eating, like, pretty, like, no bread, no, like, dairy for the past, like, 3-4 years.
That's crazy, bro. It's mad commitment, bro. Because I'm telling you, I be cheating all the time. Like, I know I shouldn't be eating this, but I'm still doing it. And I think right now, it's just because, like, when you're younger, you're like, you don't see, I'm not changing anything, but like as you get older and you start seeing your body change, and you
I grew up as a big boy, you know, so like
it's different,
like, you know what I'm saying. I feel like I get it when people are like grew up skinny and then they're like, I eat like this all the time,
like,
bro.
no
I'm
struggle.
good. Yeah, there's no stress. Whereas me is like I don't want to go back to that kid, like, you know, and like and then start doing unhealthy things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But what's going on with you? What's going on with you?
Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of
I feel like. I know what you do. I see what you do. You do your skate program, you know, that's really cool. You're still doing that, right?
I'm doing it very little, though, because I'm like switching. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say, because I know, I mean, you were working at Men's Warehouse at one point, right? And then I know you're getting into this, like, we talked about it. You had, like, a little introduction with me about it because you were just, like, starting out, but it's been a while since, like, since you like talked to me about it, and ever since then I've never really asked. So like, what exactly are you doing? Yeah,
so now like my focus is helping people with finance, which is like so like polar opposite of like a lot of different things. Obviously opposite from skating because it's like random almost. But yeah, I started that late last year, and honestly, man, I just got into it because I wanted to learn more about personal finance for myself. I want to learn more about investing. Like I see, like my buddy June is like one of the people I look up to when it comes to that. He's always been smart investing, and like I keep up with him.
Karma Loop,
bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, he be getting connections everywhere, bro.
No, June, the beast, master, bro, like frontside flips, right?
Exactly, front bigs, like kick him nose down the hub. But like So so there were some people in my life where I was like, I would see them and how they're successful in certain areas, and investing was one of the things with him. And so I wanted to kind of just learn that stuff for myself. And then my brother-in-law worked for this firm, and I would ask him questions here and there, and it just kind of happened that way. And so honestly, in the beginning, bro, I got into it because like I just heard it was lucrative. Like I knew you could make a lot of money in the financial industry.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, well, if I work hard enough, I can make money. But
yeah, I feel like when I hear of finance, and when someone tells me they're like a financial advisor or something like that, low key, like your mind kind of immediately goes to like a pyramid scheme or of some sort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know you're not doing that. Like I know you're like genuinely like. I remember last time we talked, you're like genuinely trying to like help people and like
well, so
how to establish money and like where to put money.
Exactly, and that's a switch. Like, so first off, I appreciate you. I mean, even bring that up too, because like, I think that's a lot of people think that because they're like they just misinformed. I mean, if you don't know, like you don't know.
Yeah,
but like the thing is,
and I've had people come up to me and other than you, besides, and just try to talk to me about like financial stuff, and especially when you get older, I feel like it starts happening all of a sudden more often. And when they talk to you, they immediately bring up things like, you can get this car, you can get this. It's just like a lot of things, and in my head, I'm kind of like, dude, like, what are you trying to say? Yeah, what are you trying to sell me? Like where's your? In my head, I'm kind of like, let me see, where are your credentials, buddy? Like, you know what I'm saying? But
well, I hate saying there's a right and wrong way to do it, but really, let's just be real. There's a right and wrong way to do it. Those people, like, there's certain, I can't speak for all companies, but some people, like, they get paid off of like recruiting and bringing people in. Like, dude, you got to get as many people. Like, that's not, I don't get incentivized to do that. Like, I don't get paid.
When you bring in people, you don't get paid for it.
Yeah, I don't get paid for that.
Which is like it makes someone feel. That would make me feel comfortable.
Because if you're just bringing someone in and they find out you're getting paid off, it's like you're just trying to.
It's a pyramid. It's literally a pyramid. That's like, it sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Exactly. So, and then another thing to add on to that too was like, once because first of all, I wanted to do my research myself. I was like,
for sure.
Bro, like, dude, I've been hit up by a lot of different people for sure. Like, and they'll be like, oh yeah, like come to this meeting and do this and that, and I was like, bro, like I had two bad experiences. Someone from Primerica prospected me, that wasn't a good experience, and then someone from Amway, and like this is no shade of these companies. Like obviously they're still around because they do good, but like again, right or wrong way to do things, and I just didn't feel good about it. But about the pyramid thing, like once I started learning more, because I wanted to learn everything, I was like, why do people call it that? Like, why do I feel negative about these kind of companies talk to me? And then like I learned like just kind of how they work. And like, first of all, pyramids are illegal. Like that's like, so these companies are not pyramid schemes because it's illegal. You get caught.
It's good for the person that starts it.
Because well, the thing is they're legal because there's no product. Like it's like somebody, like this dude was telling a story, he was teaching about it, and he was like, yeah, I used to work at I forgot, LA Fitness or somewhere, and this dude comes up to me and he's like, hey man, like I got this new product, I got this plan where you give me $500 and then 200 goes to the person above me and then 200 goes to the next person, I get 100, whatever, and then you get somebody else and they give you $500, and then they kind of like, he was explaining it, and then the dude was like, and at the end he's like, yeah, you can make 100,000 a month, and the dude was like, okay, like, so like what's the product? He's like, that's the thing, like there's no product, like it's, but dude, like you can't, bro, if you like,
it dies one day. Like,
the fact of the matter is if you're moving money around, like that money moves and there's no product, you're going to jail, bro. Like that's illegal. Like, so once I started learning that, I was like, man, that's crazy. And then it allowed me to just kind of like open my mind and be like, wow, like just really, I don't know, learn more about this stuff. So going back to like the original reason why I even got started was because I just wanted to learn for myself. But then when I was getting my license and all that stuff, to be, I guess, an advisor, is kind of weird to say because like, I don't know. Like that's what I'm doing now. But like an actual financial professional, whatever, that's what I call myself.
Yeah.
Advisor just sounds kind of weird.
So wait, what do you call yourself?
I just say financial professional. Oh, yeah. Simple, but
either way, it's your job title.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I just feel like sometimes when I'm like, I don't know what the difference is.
Does it sound like preachy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
it's like, like how word, like we just talked about
I'm
how words
advise
like
you
exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know, but it is what it is. That's what it is.
Sure.
But do I want to learn for myself? And then when I was going to get my license and all that stuff, I'll sit down and talk to people, and I realized how many people didn't even know the basics of the stuff that I just learned.
Yeah.
And then, just that happening over and over again had my like passion grow for wanting to teach. Don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not passionate about life insurance or debt or estate plan. I'm not passionate about any of that. I'm gonna be real with you. But what I do love is being able to help people in that way and be like, all right, cool. Well, I don't wake up in the morning fired up like, oh, dude, like life insurance or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Or retirement or. But I love the fact that I can sit down with someone and I can just tell them, you know, something that maybe they can, I don't know, some kind of investment they can take advantage of, and it can put them in a much better spot than they're in, and that makes me feel good. Like that's what I'm excited about. So,
and you're probably helping. Like, you're probably helping out like a lot of families. But do you get like a lot of people like our age or like?
It's kind of sort of, man. It depends.
I feel like more so now, especially during quarantine, a lot of people started discovering like how to like really try to be financially
Yeah, people want to get more savvy, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, and like there's been a lot of like videos and whatever talking about it, but I still feel like it's like a hard thing to really grasp around. I mean, all we really know is, or what we're taught, at least by like parents and stuff, is how to like just save your money.
Exactly.
But necessarily like that doesn't really make you money.
Yeah,
so exactly. I'm pretty sure that's what you're trying to do, right? I'm just trying to understand. So
no,
like,
for sure. My thing is like I'm really, and this is like I don't want to say hard because again, words are powerful. I don't want to. If I say it's hard, then it's gonna make it hard. But really, I don't know. It's what's difficult is trying to figure out how to make financial literacy cool and make it something where it's like not weird to talk about or taboo or whatever. But it is what it is. It's just like anytime you like the word finance turns people off. And so, and I get it, because, you know what I'm saying, it used to turn me off. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to talk about finance. I just don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so there's a way to go about it.
Yeah, like I save my money, bro.
Exactly. I'm good. Like, I'm straight. I totally get it. But my thing is like, yo, like, we got to make this a more normal topic, because, like, no shade thrown at the generation before us, but, like, why would we want to make the same mistakes that they made? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's something I'm passionate about as far as helping others learn just some basic stuff that you know, especially people who have like kids, people who are like, I mean, our age is really important because the earlier you start, the better. Yeah. And so that's why I'm so like freaking telling everybody, I'm like, yo, we got to sit down and talk, whatever. It's not to sell them anything, but it's like, bro, you got to like hear about like this, because dude, I sit down with people all the time and they're like in their 40s and 50s, and you're like, man, like I wish someone told me about this. Like I wish like someone told me when I was like in my 20s. And some of those people, they did get told, but they didn't want to hear it because they were like, I don't want to hear that. And they just probably forgot. Someone reached out to them. Yeah. But, like, I never want my homies or anybody I know to have the excuse to be like, oh, no one told me. Like, I'd feel bad, bro. Because I sat down with, dude, a lot of people, and, like, they'll be like, yeah, like, they're, like, in their 50s. They have no money for retirement. They don't even know, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not retiring, bro. You have nothing. So you're just going to keep working. Yeah. That sucks, dude. That you worked all that time, like 30, 40 years, and, like, there's no break in sight. And so, or people pass away and like they leave their kids with nothing, or they leave them with debt. I'm like, bro, like I'd be selfish to like not tell everybody about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like being more vocal about it. People see it as like this new venture, and I guess it kind of is in a sense, but
you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, honestly. I started late last year, so it's like, it's not new. It's just new because I'm starting to be more public about it. And
So, like, just say, because I'm just trying to, like, fully grasp. So, like, what if I went to you and I said, hey, I'm seeking financial, like, what is the process, and, like, what do we do?
Yeah, well, so, I mean, basically, there's what we do is called a financial analysis, and basically it's just taking inventory on where you're at, like, what investments you have, how much money do you have saved, basic, like, goals and dreams you have, like, so if you say, like, oh, I want a new car in the next 1 to 3 years, or I want to buy a house in the next 7+ years, whatever, things like that. I want to take a vacation. It's like, okay, we got to figure out how much money that's going to take. Where are you at now? How do we get you there quicker instead of just kind of trying to save your way there? Because it just doesn't work that way. So that's basically in a nutshell. You know, we just take
what everything is, and then because at that point I would kind of wonder, like, what do you get from this? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I get commission off it. I'm not
sure.
Like, oh, you're talking about like
I'm just asking, like, like, how do you make your money? You know, I feel like maybe that's where people kind of like wonder, like, what's the catch?
Yeah, like, it's funny you say that too.
You're coming up to me, you know, so what's the catch?
Well, the reason, like, there's no not catch or anything.
Yeah, there's no catch.
But one of the things that I'll say is that, like our financial analysis is free, and I almost don't like saying free because when you say that, automatically people are triggered like, well, why is it free? Like it's
well, that's when they say then that's when they say like, what's the catch? Yeah, that's when they say that. Yeah.
So to make it make sense or help it make sense is we I mean, to make it easier, like we're like the Amazon of financial services, right?
Okay, cool.
Keep this in mind. Like Amazon doesn't really have like Amazon brand products. They sometimes do, but not really. They kind of have like a bunch of different brands selling their site. So that's basically what we are. We have like access to freaking Nationwide and Pacific Life and all these companies people see on TV. We represent them. So then when I sit down and help someone and I put together a plan, let's just say Nationwide was best for them. Nationwide pays me out of their marketing and advertising dollars because they didn't have to go get that client. Like I brought them to them essentially. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it works. So
that's sick.
Yeah, I think it's a dope model. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, because bro, I had
cool.
all the questions too. I was like, like a skeptic where I was like, I don't know, dude. Like I don't want people to think I'm weird or judge me, and then that's a whole other thing.
Or like you're trying to like, I mean, everyone trusts you. And, you know, and I trust you, and I wouldn't believe that you would do anything in any way, shape, or form of like that sort. But you kind of just wonder at some point.
Bro, people are gonna think what they're gonna think. So that's the thing. Like my thing was getting past that, where it was like I'm used to being looked at a certain way, and so I was like quiet about it as far as on social media and stuff, just because again, I know people are gonna think certain things, whatever, and I don't have the energy to try and save face and talk
go on this
I just
whole
don't
rant,
exactly. I just
explain
don't want to do that.
Why you're into
you know what I'm saying?
This, yeah.
So my short answer is like, bro, like it's way more important to me to help people than it is to worry about the judgment. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm coming with a good heart. I mean, most people know me, so it is what it is. But that's really kind of how it started, man, for sure.
Yeah,
so,
no, it's crazy. But, so like basically, it's kind of cool too because you're doing this skating thing, you do clothes, you do this, and I feel like that just brings you getting to meet people, and then that's your way of, hey, let's
It's just an addition, bro.
Let's all wrap this around. Yeah,
it's just like when I was like when I started working at Men's Warehouse and I started getting into suits and tuxedos, like people were like, that was a 180 flip. They're like,
for sure.
Like when I posted my story, my different combinations and stuff, they'd be like, what the heck? Like what? Like that's random. But now people know that I'm into that, and so it's not weird anymore. But like it's the same with this. Eventually,
so you've have you felt like you've been having a hard time trying to come out with this whole new venture?
To come out the
no, not like that.
No, I know what you're saying. No,
like come out with this whole like venture, you know?
Like, like a little bit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, because
this isn't a venture though. This is like a career.
No, I'm like that's serious. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. Sure, so like obviously you're serious about it. Obviously you want to come out with it and tell people about it
and be like, exactly.
Stop, and have people take you serious about it.
For sure. But in order to do
so is that what you like kind of like?
Exactly. That's why I'm
I don't know if you're nervous about it, but more just trying to like, how do I get people to see not just that I'm like some skateboarder, dude, because it is like low key, like as a skateboarder, maybe it's more accepted now because you know the Olympics and we're there's people that are athletes and make money from this, commercials, whatever. There's more opportunity for skateboarding, but still at the end of the day, we're a skateboarder. We come from you know
that culture,
from that culture, and that culture is not pretty. If you're in the culture, it's not pretty. You know, it's not all sunshines and rainbows half the time. So I feel like there's still that stigma. There's still like the outlaw. That's what I was telling you last time. Like, it's like there's still like an outlaw of it.
Exactly, and that's why it's so like this seems so left field, like come out of nowhere, like you know, just like opposite because of that. And so in answer to your question, like I guess kind of nervous, like coming out and talking about this, like what I'm doing now, just because like again, people are just used to seeing.
Because I watch your videos. I've never heard you fully talk about what you're doing.
Exactly.
I don't even think you really talk about like your skate program or like. I think the only thing you talk about is like your clothes and sharing stories and my YouTube stuff. I'm like vocal about different things in there, different topics, but like on Instagram and like where I'm mainly at, like, I don't really, because I don't know. As far as the skating goes, I'm like phasing out of that. I'm still doing it like very little, like in the mornings and stuff. I'll have a lesson or two in the morning. But that's how people know you, and I feel like that's how you got like.
But that's what I'm saying, like.
because Instagram at the end of the day is like a marketing platform for people, and it gives people the ability to market themselves and be in charge of their own, their own personal stuff. And so I feel like Instagram is like a big thing, and that's how you're able to like reach out to people. So I feel like at the end of the day,
but that's why like I have to. It's like you don't want to take. That's crazy, bro, because you don't want to like take it too serious either. Where you're like, at the end of the day, your Instagram is kind of like your business card. Like most of the time, like
for sure.
When I meet someone or whatever, like I look them up on Instagram. I just want to because you could see like.
Isn't that crazy how like when you meet someone, you kind of look them up on Instagram or like, dude, one time
because you can really see.
One time I met this cool dude, and I go to his Instagram, and he was following like 5,000 people. Had probably like 1,000 followers, and then his videos he was posting of himself were just out of left field, and I was like,
you weren't expecting that at all,
bro. I met you, and you were just totally opposite and super cool. And so then I go on his Instagram, and I was like, how sad is that though? Like, I almost rather you like I kind of just threw that away and was like, nah, I know this dude. From how I met him, not like I think that's crazy though how that is, huh? Like people really do look you up, and that's like how they all right, you're up to par.
But
you're up to standards.
This is exactly why I was.
You have a nice aesthetic.
Exactly, that's exactly why I was like weird about talking about finance and stuff on there. Because even though, as much as I care about getting this message out to people and having like people our age care about this stuff and helping people, the judgment was like bigger than that. Where I was like, people look me up and I'm like. I'm on there talking about...
Yeah, like...
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like...
Especially when you're used to getting attention from skating. Like,
I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes, and I think my fear would be like, oh, people just see me as this, like, skate rat. They're not going to want to, like, see this, like, skate dude, like...
Exactly.
Handle their finances. And so, like, for sure, that would be, like, my worry if I was you. And so I think that's cool, though. You're kind of trying to break that whole...
Yeah, it's a stigma. It's just like, I mean, you think...
A skateboarder could be, like, smart and still skateboard. I mean, we have plenty of friends that are, like, have degrees and, like...
gangsters, like,
yeah,
so
I'm
good.
saying. Like,
super
honestly,
smart.
a lot of our friends are doing, like, cool, big things. They've all have graduated and stuff like that. Like... That's
the thing, man.
Doing their own businesses, stuff like that, yeah.
One of the things I was thinking about was, like, the same reason that I was, like, not really trying to talk about it like that is the same reason I should. Like, for example, like you have like I mean the only person you think of when you think skating and finance or whatever is Mikey.
Yeah, for sure. And when he even did that, I mean I know you've talked to him and I mean I've never spoken to him, but when I saw the video, I was tripping. I was just like, whoa, like who is this? Who is this guy? I just remember Mikey Taylor from. I remember In Bloom Mikey Taylor. Like, not In Bloom. Like,
I know what you're talking about. I know
City Stars.
City
Stars. City Stars. Yeah. I mean, City Stars was like one of my all-time favorite videos when I was like a kid. So I remember just seeing that. I was like, look at this dude just going into.
But it's crazy. But see, the thing is, like, it's like. Now we're used to it. Now it's like this is him. But in the beginning, like what was it, like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. Like, now that I see it, I'm like, oh, that's sick.
It's expected.
It's cool.
And so this is exactly why I'm like, bro, we need to make this normal where it's it's expected. You could do whatever you want.
But at first, for sure, it's probably like a culture shock, almost like whoa.
It takes a little while to like turn the ship, like where you're like, all right, bro, it's a slow transition. Yeah. I definitely didn't want to just go on there and like.
It's like I'm open to almost everything, and like I'm open to hear people's ideas, religions, but it's kind of like almost when people are talking to me about religion, it's kind of like, don't like shove it in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like don't shove it. It's kind of like the same thing with finance too. It's like I think people are just scared of getting it shoved in their face. Of like, and we hear, and especially people our age and younger, they hear parents just constantly just on there, and there's a reason why they're on you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't realize that when you're younger.
Because it's important. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And now I'm seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
Like before it was, I could understand because I was that kid where it's like, yo, my mom would be telling me this and telling me that, whatever. But once you actually go through it, and once, like I said, the turning point for me was talking to people and seeing it with my own eyes, people who didn't plan properly. Yeah. And their life was like, things like they just weren't in a good spot, and I'm like, bro,
for sure. I mean, it's probably happened to you now. I mean, it's happened to me where like all of a sudden something comes up and I'm like, I need money. This has to get done. I gotta get money, and then you're kind of like, where did my money go? You know, like I was. So then you think about like I should have saved my money. Like,
naturally, people
had more
just
money.
Don't care. Like we just don't. People just don't like to plan. It's like literally part of our human nature. Like I feel like I told you before we started recording that I had to buy a new laptop, and I had to buy a laptop because my old one broke. Like something random, like it got a spill, something spilled on it, so whatever. So I had to buy a new one, and I literally, when I was buying the new one at Best Buy, the guy was asking me, "Oh, do you want the insurance? You want the warranty, whatever?" And I was like, in my head, I'm like, no. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Sure, yeah.
But I'm literally in the store to buy a new laptop, and
because the other one broke because you don't have insurance on that
so I'm
laptop.
like, but I still was like, no. And I thought about that. I was like, bro, that's weird. Like, let me get this. Yeah, give me that insurance. But like naturally, like we just don't.
For sure. No.
We just don't want to plan. Like we're just like, nope, we're good. Like it's like, like talking about anything like planning, protection, whatever. It's just.
And then eventually people. I don't know. I mean, not everyone wants kids, but I mean, eventually, I want to have a kid one day. You know. Mm-hmm. Down the line,
it's gonna be wild.
Yeah,
bro.
down the line. Down the line. Down the line, but eventually, you know, I hope to be like at some point.
Yeah.
You gotta think about that because at some point you're gonna look back and be like, I should have at 24 years old. I should have started doing something with my money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like getting on that. So that's that's basically what you're doing, right? Is like setting up like a foundation for somebody for their future self. Bro, it's kind of like, have you ever like gone to the Bro, it's like buying food, and then you forgot you bought it, and all of a sudden you go into the fridge, and then you're like, damn
exactly.
Man, like, I really messed with myself. Like, I really thought about myself in the future. I knew I was going to want this.
It's literally that thing, bro. I'm telling you, like, bro, it's that time, for sure. Like, people need to start and especially, bro, with everything going on. Like, are you kidding me? Like, people need to talk about this more than ever. Especially, like, last year, a bunch of people lost their jobs, and, like, they had nothing to fall back on, and, bro, it's just been crazy. And so this is not one of those things where it's like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. But I'm just saying, it's time to like start talking and not be dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Anyways.
No, dude, that's crazy. I mean, I didn't, like I said, I didn't know like the whole gist of what you were doing. So it's cool to hear about it, dude. That's super sick. And that's like what you want to do.
Oh, 100%, bro. I'm going all in. Like I'm serious. And like this is the thing. Like I feel like with a lot of different things, we kind of teeter-tot where it's like, you start doing something, and then you're kind of like, you get over it naturally, like that kind of new car smell wears off, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of getting over it.
Do you feel like overwhelmed? Do you ever feel like overwhelmed? Like juggling like a podcast, YouTube channel, like clothes, finance. You're a skateboarder, and I feel like a lot of people recognize you for being a skateboarder. Not. I know you're not pro or anything, but still, it's something that people recognize you for, and it's something that people like really they look up to you about. You know, there's plenty of kids that look up to you.
Like, it's really weird. I don't know.
Dude, maybe
I gotta get better at accepting that. It just
did anybody like,
weird,
dude? I don't think you've ever told. I remember going to the park sometimes, and people would literally take pictures with you.
Nah, bro, nah.
What are you talking? It's happened. Honestly,
it happened one time.
It did not happen just one time.
It was one time.
It did not just happen one time, but that's still crazy. Like
this is weird. It's kind of crazy. Like I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful, but I'm just like, why you want a picture of me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's wild. It's crazy.
That's really cool.
But all in all, like I think. It's like all these. I don't know the word. There's like a word for it, but like all in all, the same reason that that I was nervous to start introducing certain things is the same reason that I should do it.
Yeah, for sure.
That like the whole. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like the reason that I feel like I get away with a lot of things is because I'm decent at skating. Like I'm not saying I'm the best, but like I feel like I get away with more things because I can hold my own on the board, which is kind of weird, but let me expand on that a little bit. Like, for example, with teaching kids at the skate park, people hate when people do that because kids get in the way. Usually the dude teaching is corny, and they're kind of like, bro, you know the rules, move out of the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people usually, they like, hate when people are teaching lessons at the skate park, including myself. I'd be kind of annoyed, like, yo, bro, like, can you, like, go, like, you can still do it, but just, like, we're going right here, you know?
But you can get away with it because
people will be like, oh, I'm not gonna tell Lheyton anything.
There's respect,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. And plus, I know the rules. I'm not just out there like having. I make sure the kids say, "Yo, dude, hurry up, come this way, or get away from the rail."
And real quick, you can just do like a switch back heel.
But that's the thing. That's the thing that I feel like that's why I get away with more things because people will be like, oh, like, well, it's just Lheyton, like, and I've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So like, and again, it's not to be like, oh, I'm crazy good and all that stuff. It's not.
It's a real thing though, yeah.
But I feel like the same for you too, where it's like. You have this I hate the word swag, but you have like this style, this kind of essence about you where you're just cool, like people.
But
you're not gonna accept it.
But you're not gonna.
Put comments below. Let me know if I'm lying. I'm telling you.
You're not gonna accept your compliments. I'm not gonna accept mine. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about? I accepted mine. I just felt uncomfortable doing it, but. but not like I feel like you have this something about you where people look up, bro. You know you have this influence over certain people. You can tell them something and they look up to you and they'll do it. Like you'll be like, you should do this. Yeah, huh, bro. I call you all the time, like about graphics. Like, yo, what do you think about this color? What do you think about that? Or before I'm like design.
But it's because you know what's crazy? It's because you know me. And so like how no. I'm saying what I'm saying is like you know me and I'm like very open if you ask me questions and you know my thought process because I'll tell you it, you know? But I don't really talk to a lot of people like that. So I feel like a lot of people, this is what I was getting to like earlier where like I used to get really bummed and feel like the world was against me because I'm like, why isn't nobody coming up to me? Why isn't nobody like, you know, telling me I'm feeling kind of bad for myself? But then in reality, it's like, bro, I'm not putting it out there. Like I'm not telling people what I'm into or like or what I'm good at or my ideas.
Yeah, because that's why we got to do it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't really do that because I don't want people. At the end of the day, I felt like I don't want people to know because I don't want people to like ruin that. Mm-hmm. You know, you hear something bad about yourself, you kind of gets to you maybe a little bit, you know. So I think that's why I held this like little like cage around me of like don't really want everyone to know what's going on. But
this is why we should open up and the point I was trying to make is that because you have that essence, you have that energy about you, the people they love it because obviously when you go to the park it's like what you came out the house like it's like it's tight like when you come around. So the point I'm trying to make is that because you have that, because people look to you for that and they look up to you for sure clothing wise, whether you're gonna admit or not, everyone knows you have good style and your brand is dope and everything. I feel like you could get away with more stuff too because you'll say something and that's people just like, oh, it's Ant says it. So if Ant says it's cool. So like that's crazy, you know?
Well, like I said, we're not gonna think of it like that. Once you get me to start speaking, I'll just start speaking of my opinions. Yeah. And it's crazy that some people accept them. Like what? Yeah, you shouldn't accept my opinion. And my opinion's honestly probably way wrong, but
the fact that it's your opinion is what people like. Yeah. So I think that's dope.
Yeah, I'm always curious it's kind of good. It's a good conversation. I feel like people should do this more so with their friends a lot more. It's like it's good to hear how I think of you or how you think of me or how I tell you like, dude, this is how people perceive you. And I know it. I talk to people about you. This is how people perceive you. I feel like people need to hear it because even if it's good or bad, because people need to know. Like it would be. I'm constantly wondering like, I don't care. I don't necessarily like fully care what people think of me. But I do, at a sense, care because I'm like, I want to know, like, what, you know?
Yeah, exactly. How am I coming off?
Like, exactly. How do I come off? Like, am I a good person to be around? Like,
for sure.
Like, what is it about? You know what I'm saying?
People, like, when I come around, people are like, oh, damn. Like,
you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to be, I feel like I'm self-aware enough, but I want to be really self-aware. And the only way you could be really self-aware is if you really know how someone feels about you. And I feel like these conversations of telling
outside
people,
looking in. Outside
for sure.
For sure. Fire, bro. Dude, that's crazy. We had it was probably like an hour and 5 minutes, something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, you text me saying it was going to be
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
You text me saying it was going to be like 30 minutes.
I know, but this is why I'm saying we have good conversation and it just turns out being longer and I didn't even realize.
Sometimes I can't shut up.
I
told you, just go like that, bro.
Nah, it's cool,
go like
man.
that.
It's dope, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you.
Make it happen more often. We said we are going to do it more often on the last one we did, and it took, I don't know how many months. It's been, like a year?
Nah, but it's been a long time. Honestly, it's been a long time.
It's crazy, but definitely can't have that happen long like that again. Because I need to be more active too.
It hasn't been that long, low key.
I'm about to check the dates after this.
Yeah,
you'll let us know. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways,
thanks for having me, dude. No, for sure.
Definitely.